TIFU by not telling my kids what a bidet was before it was too late, USA. My kids are young. We live in a location that simply doesn't use bidets enough. USA. I decided, you know what? I'm going to try it. I'll get a crappy one, and if I hate it, I'll feel sad, but no major loss. And that's what I did. I bought one on sale for $25. You know, the kind that have two settings. Sprinkle. And tear you a new butthole. Well, we've enjoyed it thoroughly through the pandemic. And my wife refuses other toilets during messier months. I no longer have to use hordes of dude wipes to clean the magic marker down under. Well, guess what? The kids don't usually use the master bathroom. 'Cause the main one is a little closer to the family room. Cue my poor toddler. The main bathroom was in use. And the poor little twerp definitely wasn't going to wait. He shot into our bathroom and quaintly took care of business. And then the screaming. Oh Judas. The screaming. I thought he'd fallen and smashed his femur while on fire or something. My wife and I rushed in as quickly as possible. And discovered the back wall was being fire-hosed by the bidet. The toddler was clenching his eye. It's a half bath. So water was everywhere. His eye was in rough shape. And we had to take him in. The doctor couldn't help but laugh. Because he said it was the third incident since the pandemic began where something similar has happened. Likely due to complete unfamiliarity with bidets in general here. Please teach your kids what it is instead being a dumbass. Like me. Man facepalming medium light skin tone. TLD installed a bidet in the States where it's less common. Didn't teach my kids about it. Toddler got shot in the eye for a nice doctor visit. A few years ago we went to Italy when our daughters who were about 5 and 8 years old. My wife got a fantastic room near the Pantheon with an upstairs loft with its own bathroom. Our 5-year-old came downstairs telling us about the awesome kids sink in the bathroom. She was disappointed to learn the truth. Ha 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 ha, oh man. I was just happy he didn't use it as a drinking fountain. You know, the kind that have two settings. Sprinkle. And tear you a new butthole. Trying not to laugh about this in public and currently choking. Worth it. OMG. TIFU by spraying myself in the face with my bidet. And I am 30 years old. I was literally coming into the sub to post my story and yours was front and center. Tears of joy unlike your toddler. I have no excuse because 1. We've had it for a couple years. 2. I use it regularly. And 3. It was my bright idea to test it when the door wasn't opening. By squatting down right in front of the bowl. Oh, it's not an emergency eye wash station. Gotcha. Oof. You know you like it. Now spend a little scratch and get one with a sit sensor. Not pointing things with triggers at your face is a lesson you learn exactly once. Though, and far better to learn it on a souped-up water gun than anything that could cause even more damage. True story. While in the military in Thailand they brought us porta-potties that had porcelain toilets and bidets in them. Well, we are all 19 or so. Had no idea what they are. So we thought they were for your hands or something and had a water gun fight with the bidets. My SGT comes over and says, "What the hell are y'all doing?" Soaking wet and laughing I say, "Having a water gun fight with the cool squirt gun sergeant." His face dropped to the floor. He turned bright red and began to laugh so hard he cried. And he said, "Those are to spray your asshole, not to spray each other, you assholes," and I got made fun of for a good 3 months. If it weren't for Crocodile Dundee, I would have likely spent many more years of my life without knowing what a bidet was. We have one built into our bathroom from the original owners, and we've both sworn we will never go without again. That said, it has 2 water controls and a center one that turns on the geyser. Early on, when learning the controls, we'd turn the water on first before taking the throne. Someone forgot to turn the center valve off. Got the full-face geyser spray. I'm in the States and have had one for almost a decade. We introduced our son to it when he was 2. He's 5 now and definitely prefers to go at home than anywhere else. You can just say menstruation. It's not a bad word. It just is what it is. Normalizing natural bodily function to take out the societal shame attached to it is important. Especially if you're raising kinds. If you have boys, you want them to learn about menstruation so they can be helpful and empathetic towards menstruating women in their life. If you have girls, you want them to learn that menstruating is normal and nothing to be ashamed of. I had a bidet in my old condo, and my neighbor came over to use my bathroom for whatever reason. She had no idea what a bidet is. Just came out all timid and shocked and asked, "What's wrong with your toilet?" Quote, I went in to check and there was water splashed everywhere. She's 42. Messier months. Your wife's cycle spans months? Bidets are the shit. For decades we've sat and shat on them. Today they rise up. This reminds me of how scarred I was as a kid when I woke up to a giant freshwater crab in my room. I lived in the mountains. I didn't know what it was at first, until it tried to attack 4-year-old me after I approached it. It jumped and brushed the hair in front of my face, narrowly missing my nose. And that triggered little old me to scream bloody murder all the way to my parents' bedroom. I learned to never approach weird clicky things that get stuck in your toy box at 2 a.m. Particularly when you haven't even turned the lights on yet. Tears of joy rolling on the floor laughing, bro, this is hilarious. I could definitely see my 5-year-old doing this, lol. My toddlers flooded our tiny half bath with ours. The jet of water was getting the ceiling, walls, door. The floor was a giant pool of water. Fortunately, I had a thick bath mat style rug on the floor in front of the sink that absorbed a large amount of it. It was spraying for at least 10 minutes before my toddler said something to me about it. Face with rolling eyes. What's a bidet?
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.